episode 5, your first day in real estate. So let's talk a little bit about systems. You're going to hear things like systems and a lot of other words we're going to talk about here used a lot around the real estate office and by the people that you're working with and people that you're learning about. So again, learning, okay, focus, learn, and get in the game. But let's talk a lot about systems. So you as a new agent, there's a couple of main systems you're gonna have to learn about. The first main system, and we call it a system, you might call it a database, but it's the multiple listing service. Navigating through the multiple listing service is probably going to be one of the most powerful tools in your tool belt as a real estate agent. It is the biggest database of buyers and sellers, sellers really, of anywhere in real estate. I mean, right now I think the Connecticut MLS has about $8 billion in real estate on the market. Now, we're going to do another video about the MLS, but here's the biggest thing you need to know. When you are going to be inputting a house on the market, it's going to be going on the MLS. If you're taking a buyer out and they want to know about, hey, what's the good properties around here, you're going to use the MLS. Okay? If you're going to find out if an offer has been accepted or how long it's been on the market or all kinds of data or how many houses are available in that area, whatever, all kinds of data, you're going to use the MLS. Okay, so the MLS is such a huge tool. The MLS stands for Multiple Listing Service, and there are about 6 of them, and the Connecticut state is about 6 MLSs. Just so you know, Greenwich, New Canaan, and Darien are private MLSs, which you have to have a listing in there, and you have to be a subscriber to those MLSs. Don't worry, we already are. Now, the MLSs that we mainly use in Fairfield County, Connecticut are now what's called the Smart MLS. The Smart is now a combination between Fairfield County and New Haven County. They combined and have created the Smart MLS. The Greenwich MLS is called the Flex MLS. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit more about MLSs, and it's going to be super important that you navigate and understand how to work through an MLS. And MLS is also going to give the ability to basically create a CMA, which is called a comparative market analysis. We'll talk a lot more about that when we talk about listing presentations. Vulcan 7. Vulcan 7. This is my baby. This is the thing that I basically used to change everything around in my real estate career. Vulcan 7 is the system, and it's a dialer. It will create a list for you of the newest for sale by owners and expireds right at the touch of a button. So you can have a dialer that will contact them, and it also works as a follow-up tool. It sends out voicemails to them automatically and allows you to contact and get the cell phone numbers and home landlines of the newest expired listings in your area that you want to prospect. And prospecting, we talked about, is the #1 thing you should be doing every single day for new business, especially if you want to list properties. We're going to talk about that next, difference between buyer agents and listing agent next. A CRM. Now there's all different kinds of CRMs. The only thing you need to know about CRM is basically that is where you're going to put the data and the databases of people that you're touching base with. This can be for people you're following up with, that you've come into an open house. This can be your buyer leads and your seller leads and your database. But it's going to keep all those people in a really neat, organized way and also remind you of when you need to touch base with them again. So your CRM is also very important. And the last thing is Zillow. Realtor, Trulia, and Zillow. Yeah, you're going to have to understand how to navigate them. But your ability to navigate through Zillow is also very important because guess what? Your prospects and clients know how to navigate Zillow. So if they know how to navigate it better than you, that's not good. 2, it's a ton of information as well. It's not as intense as that multiple listing service and not as accurate. But understanding how to do Zillow and use Zillow correctly is also very important to manipulate your listings, to make them look better, to understand how to use it. So make sure you have a full understanding of all the systems, and we'll talk a little bit more about these in depth, but we're going to do trainings as well on all of these systems. So understanding these core 4 systems you need to do in your first couple of days in real estate.